everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. 25 in a row. It's times like this a lesser man would look back and reflect. Wait a minute! Hey, Mr. Dolly. 3 red hearts. So little rude, don't you think? We gotta be very careful. HP is fine, spacebar items trash. Rate of fire plus damage are insanely good. So I'm going to give you a little bit of Zane. I'm not going to deny you the Zane. But I'm not going to use Data Miner yet. Because it's just a little bit too spooky, okay? I want to... Obviously, we're not taking Cursed Eye. My ideal situation... Here's my perfect world scenario for this run. We get a reroll... I mean, okay, perfect world scenario. Okay, we reroll... Cursed Eye into Polyphemus, sure, fair enough. But, like, most, let's just call it a good world scenario. Not a Dr. Pangloss, but, like, still a pretty solid situation. Oh, you son of a gun. We could reroll Cursed Eye into a great spacebar item, use Data Miner once, and then replace it forever. That would have me feeling pretty good. I think that would be a reasonably... great situation. We could all, you know, look at that and say, hey, Northernlion, he did right by us. Let's fight the boss first before we do any of this stuff. The thing is, you know, Data Miner, it's just as likely, I think, to give us relevant stats up as it is to give us some stats down. So, you know, there's no reason we should be assuming that it's going to be a disaster. However, I also want to point out, you know, we're not in a desperate situation where we really need stats. We're in a situation where our stats are already good. So the risk is higher because we're already at the top of the mountain, at least as far as the start goes. That's helpful. I'm just thinking. 3 cents is enough to get 1 reroll. It's not a lot. I'm really glad we blew up the Tinted Rock. I would do that decision again. What do you do with decisions again? Oh, that's right. You make them. Just hoping maybe, like, if we shoot all these, perhaps the game will mercifully give it... I mean, the 4 cents could be 2 rerolls. If we really get in a bad spot, it could be 0. We could buy a bomb, but it also costs us a key. So I think I'm willing to take my chances here. We lose luck, gain range. I'm going to go back to the well. We lose luck, gain damage. Straight up, I'm okay with how this turned out. Mostly for damage. No, I will not. You... Okay, I'll do it. Why do I not have a Tears upgrade? Excuse me, game. I believe I've been lied to. A crime has been committed against me. Now, this is not Zane for Zane's sake. Tiny Planet, I will maintain with my dying breath until the day I... exhaust my existence on this mortal coil. Tiny Planet is not bad. It's situational. And it's not even like fringe situational. It's actually like there... If you don't have Spectral Tears, Tiny Planet is a borderline decent defensive item. You don't have to maintain line of sight with enemies to kill them. Or to hit them, rather. To be as general as possible. Monstro's Lung. I have to imagine at this point... Oh, it's really bad. Okay, now we've done it. I don't know why, and I'm being real with you, I don't know why Monstro's Lung has affected our range to such an enormous and alarming degree. I really... And I'm being straight up with you. I'm nervous now. This is, I'm out of my wheelhouse. This is not where you... It's not where you want to be. How do we get out of this? It's very simple. You play as defensively as you conceivably can. I really wish I hadn't taken Tiny Planet now. Because, like, Monstro's Lung with our previous permutations would have been real swell. Instead, now we got this... I don't know why they disappear so quickly, you know? Why are the shots not flying around? Oh well. That's what I say to that. I say, oh well. Yes, things are going to be more complicated. You know what? Thank Edmund for letting us live in a world where these kind of complexities can exist, okay? That's how I feel about this. To live in his Isaac universe is a privilege. Just please, Lord, let me get a deal with the devil and brimstone. That's my end game, Doctor Strange. If I can get a deal with the devil and brimstone, I get all the credit for being a Zaynmeister, even though it happened accidentally and begrudgingly. And then on top of that, I get to win and feel like I'm good at the game and keep a streak that I'm very proud of going. I'm very nervous about taking Small Rock. Maybe I should be, maybe I shouldn't be. Why am I nervous? Well, we have 0.96 speed. It'll take us down to 0.86, which I'm going to do it anyway. 0.76? Are you crazy? That's not enough. I thought it was a -1. I'm thinking of the virus. I'm going to use money to get you to give me a spirit heart. Now, we're just going to be cool here. I know this is looking a little strange. You're saying, NL, you're doing the little things wrong. I agree. I'm doing the little things wrong right now. So let's do a big thing very right. Okay. All right, paralysis, huh? Okay, cool. See you later. So, what we do is we very laboriously, at an incredibly slow pace, walk backwards. Secret room's on the right there, it feels like to me at least, but we're not doing that yet. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back here. We're going to speak in a calming voice to keep the blood pressure, the heart rate, and the katung-katungs as low as possible. No need to freak out. I'm going to place a bomb right here. Get access to the curse room. The curse room has a demon heart. Now, it's a lot of work for a demon heart. But now we got to deal with the devil protection. All we need is, like, there's a couple of items that do an amazing job. Tractor beam? That's not a deal with a devil item, though. Let's not get ridiculous here. I'm worried about these orange fires. Yes! What did I tell you? I told you I was worried about him, dude. It's alright, we only lost half of a heart there. This is an enemy I don't mind fighting up close and personally. Now I mind. Now I mind a great deal. Stay away from me. No spiders, dude. No spiders, please. One spider. You know what? On the spider spectrum, it's just one spider. He's done it. Okay. That's a range upgrade. It works. It works a little bit, I think. Alright, duality was not what I needed. I know you're looking at this. You're going, NL, the run is constructed for data miner. No, it's not. Stop lying. It's not constructed for data miner. Data miner exists to lower our tiers and our damage and then force me into a position where I rely on data miner to get them back where they belong. And it leads to pain and suffering. That's what you get for all your troubles. I'll never data miner again. I'll never data miner again. Thank you so much, merciful game. Don't tell me what it's all about. I've been there and I'm glad I'm out. Out of these data mines that bind me. Have to remind. Okay, thank God. You'll forgive a little nervous singing, I hope. We have two major problems. This run can make it. Oh, you fool. There's no reason it can't. It's got two major problems. One is speed, one is range. And I don't know if there's anything that could affect our range. It affected enough to be meaningful, at least. Wonder if I charge Monstro's Lung longer. That did not seem to help. I don't know how I'm supposed to hit that guy. Okay, you. God, it's frustrating. There we go. You're a problem as well. Alright, thank you for the bomb, sir. 2 bombs, we get a bomb and a key and a pill of some sort, sure. Paralysis, that's a good one. So we traded a bomb for a key. That's not a bad deal. Like some of the shots go with different speeds, dude. Some of them go all the way, some of them don't. I can't tell. Is it because I'm moving? I'm giving them like some extra momentum when I shoot them. Don't do me like this. Just be cool. Be steady. It's the dodges that are gonna kill us here. I'm of 2 minds. We cannot fight the boss, but simultaneously I'd really like to. Because the boss could give us HP. Let's just purge this from existence. It's now going to be a secret room, obviously. Any enemy could kill us in 1 hit, so just keep your head on a swivel. This guy could kill us in 1 hit. Fortunately, he also explodes when it got freaking... Oh... It's painful, dude. That hurts. SAJHG9RC. It hurts, man. You know what? What can you say? A couple of things to say. First off, if I'm sorry for anybody, I'm sorry to you. People out there watching the streak. We gotta rebuild it brick by brick. I really believe that was our triple-digit option. And can I just say, can I get 1 F word in YouTube? Okay, thank you. Frick Tiny Planet. I'm not taking it again. It's gone. It's banished. Added to the list. Tiny Planet, Soy Milk, Isaac's Heart. Never get picked up. I'm sorry. Don't blame the item for that. I blame the item, okay? I blame... It's really the interaction that cost us, but... Oh, you gotta just... All you can do is take a deep breath. Think about what you could have done differently. We could have fought the boss instead of going into the room. Would it have been the right call? I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, I'm in the denial phase, I guess, but... Why does Monstro's Lung not lower your range, but lower your range? This run is gonna be a freaking... victory lap. We're not doing the classic Isaac, you know, oh, we screwed up once, let's lose 6 runs in a row. We're not doing that. I'm getting back on the effing horse. You can tell I'm incensed because I'm saying effing. I won't say the curse word, but normally I'd say frig. Instead, I'm inferring the existence of the foulest of all curse words. Frick. All you can do, you gotta laugh, and you gotta say, you know what? It's a very simple lesson to learn. You don't take Tiny Planet. You definitely don't take it in conjunction with Monstro's Lung, but you don't take Tiny Planet. So I'm feeling, you know, the endorphins are slipping away, and we're starting back from 0. It's like we're building a house of cards. One moment. It's like we're building a house of cards, you know? When it gets knocked down, you start over, or you give up forever because it's a needless pursuit to build a house out of cards. I mean, I'm not sure if you read The 3 Little Pigs, but in The 3 Little Pigs, the worst house is built out of straw. Straw is a much better building material than cards. I mean, I just don't understand why you would ever deign to build a house out of something so foolish. But, you know, as it's kind of the spirit of the transient nature of the streak in Isaac. Life goes on. Yeah, give me Small Rock, or Lucky Rock. That's basically free money thanks to Bob's brain. And if we ever need money, we could probably take advantage of it as well. Dude, look at how different this run. If only this had been the roll. It kind of was. It really was. Until we threw it away. Oh well. What's done is done. Lockdown, come on. Retro. 4 very annoying pills. That's alright. You know, we want to win number 1, we're going to do so with a bang. Look at that. Gotta love it. Double up on that for no reason whatsoever. Take me out of here. I'm over it. We got to start from 0. It's alright. I got a lot of topics for conversation. I tweeted about one today. You know, I've been getting a little bit more into cheese. Nothing, I'll admit, I will eat someone else's blue cheese, but rarely am I going to purchase a slab of blue cheese for myself. I just can't see myself yet being at the point where I'm like, I want a quick snack, I'm going to cut up some mold, you know? I understand it's all mold. Again, I eat blue cheese. It's more like, I don't want that much of it. I want to be able to stop and not have to throw out $6 worth of fromage. That's really bad. And as a result, we're stuck with it forever. Sorry, D1. Ooh, wait a minute. I think we got another charge. We might be 1 room away. I'll do 1 room for 5 cents. This seems sensible. You know, I've been eating some Oka, some Pacific Rock, some Gouda, some, now I've forgotten the name, but it's a Spanish red wine dunked cheese made of goat's milk. It's like Duna Cabra, something like that. Anyway, I'm realizing so many cheeses are named after the place where they were made. Gouda, it's named after a town in the Netherlands, obviously, like cheddar. I am a fool. Cheddar, Gloucester. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but, you know, it is what it is. And I was thinking, like, what happens if you live in a town where the cheeses are already dope? Like, you live in the town of Camembert, but you make a cheese that's, like, it bangs. You know, like, it's as good as Camembert. What do you do? It worked. I can't believe it. You have to move? I tweeted it. People came at me with something I didn't expect, which was a real answer. They said there's a town in the UK called Gloucester, and there's a single Gloucester, and there's a double Gloucester. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I threw in about 12 different pronunciations of the word in order to make it as applicable as possible, as likely to be correct as I conceivably could. But what if you don't want your cheese to be a double? You know, the other thing is I feel like you're constantly kind of like you're dealing with the expectations of the context that came before you. Like in that town that starts with a G and ends with a Gloucester. You know, did they have to begrudgingly go, well, we already have one cheese, but this next cheese is just so unbelievably good that fine, you get to be double Gloucester? Or was it like, because they've already done one, it's easier to do more? Because the thing is, like, what if you live in Gloucester and you make a cheese that's even better than double Gloucester? They're not going to name you the new double Gloucester. It has serious economic ramifications, probably. So, but are they going to be like, you're triple Gloucester? Because if you're triple oyster, at that point, doesn't it kind of devalue the other two cloisters? It's very complicated. I think we might stop here for D8 rerolls, in which case we should probably go back for the D1. But also, I'm mad and lazy, at least in Isaac-related terms for the time being. It's just very confusing to me. I understand why they do it. A couple of reasons. One, you know, if you're a big... First off, it's just easy, I guess. You know, you want to know where something's from? It's named after what it's from. Where it's from, I should say. Secondarily, I guess if you're a huge cheese snob and you're going on a cheese tour of Europe, it's pretty easy to plan your trip, right? Just look at a map and be like, I like that one. Like, I don't know. No, not many other foods are like that. The only other food I can think of that's like that is like Dijon mustard. It's like you can't call it Dijon mustard unless it's from Dijon, France, which is hilarious. Instead, you have to call it mustard in a Dijon style. Mustard in a Dijon. Anyway, I think that's true, by the way. I'm not going to fact check it. That's the media's job. But NL, you are the media. Am I? Didn't I? Oh, dude, crack it. I just don't know what you do in that situation. Like, I just have to think that if I were a cheesemaker and I lived in a town that already had many, or even just one cheese that the whole town is named after, I don't know, do you just, or maybe it's a good thing. Maybe if you're a cheesemaker and you don't have any original ideas, you could just move to Gouda, start making Gouda, and then when the tourists come in and are like, I don't know, man, I ain't ever had any cheese, it ain't a cheddar, you just go, here, try my Gouda. It's named after the city. It must be delicious. Oh, I don't mind it. You know what? I don't think it's, I guess it cuts both ways. It's got to be very flattering, though, I suppose. If you're a cheesemaker and you make a cheese so good that people are like, it's not really the town that votes, I assume. All this happened in like the 13th century, I imagine. But then, excuse me, I had killed all of you, so I don't understand what's happening here. I must have missed one. But it must be very flattering. You know, you could use that for a lot of street cred, is all I'm trying to say. Like, if you invented the cheese known as Gouda, people would be like, where are you from? Gouda. Oh, like the cheese? Yeah. What do you do there? Oh, you know the cheese? Yeah. As previously established over the course of this joke. I invented it. No way. Yeah. And when I invented it, you know what we called it? What? Cheese. Didn't have a name as of that moment. The Gouda was Goudaless. Libra. Dangerous, but also oh so delicious. I have no idea how the D8 works for us now, and I should not have done that. I'm gonna use it. It's an all stats down. Always? No. You're telling me that if you use the D8 when you have Libra, you're just circling the drain. I don't buy it. I think you either get an all stats up or you get an all stats down. Which basically means that indirectly we've just given ourselves data miner all over again. Well, we've given ourselves the same level of risk as data miner. Otherwise, this run is pretty good. I mean, Parasitoid Tears covers a lot of ground. No, that's why. It wasn't an all stats downgrade. It was that we lost the... Yeah. So use it. All stats up. All stats way up? That changed nothing? What? I'm confused. Either way, I guess we shouldn't worry about it too much. I think I'm probably just not going to use the D8. It seems like it might be neutral. If not neutral, it's too risky. And I have to, I recognize we're in a little bit of like, we're in shock. They're like, NL, please slow down. You're making mistakes in the game. Cool it, buddy. Don't do anything you regret in Isaac terms just because you lost a streak that you worked so hard for. I agree. It's important that, just because we lost one, don't let it get you down. Stay frosty. Make good decisions, win runs, and rebuild your confidence. It would be much better if 15 days from now we had a 30 streak and we only had one loss in between. We can pump our tires a little bit on that. You know what? And now that we've got a little distance from the loss, I can talk about it without choking up. But you know what irritates me the most is that for a week. And I was going to say weeks, so then I realized it's only been about a week. But for that whole week, I was like, you know what we're doing? We're just playing sounder. We're not making decisions that, sacrifice our run just for the sake of zaniness. And then I looked at Tiny Planet and I said, just this once. Just this once, I opened my heart to an item in need. This is the thanks I get. There was nothing I could do, dude. Oh, well. It's a great excuse to play more Isaac. Works for me. Ooh, Guppy, please. We've earned it, somehow. Oh, this is wild. I'll tell you what. I'll settle for a deal with the angel into a guaranteed Sacred Heart later. Obviously, we're not getting it now. I'll just accept that that's the cost of doing business. Fair. No. No, I don't want to. I shouldn't have thought of. I should have thought about this. Is what I mean to say. Dude, just take me out. I don't want to fight you. Go ahead. Joke's on you. I wanted to be hit. Anyway. I don't know. There might be other foods like that. If there were other foods like that, I would think that it would be, you know, wines. But, like, is a Chardonnay named after the Chardonnay region of France? Well, let me check. Chardonnay. Is Spritzer named after the German town in which it was invented? Chardonnay. It originated in the Burgundy wine region of eastern France. For the village in France, see Chardonnay Saône-et-Loire. I don't know, to be honest. It's hard to tell. Is it named after the village? Is the village named after it? Or are they both just like a French word that means bubbly, you know? I have no clue. Actually, no idea. It's weird that cheese goes like that. I guess it's hard to name a cheese, right? Because there's like, you know, when you talk about it. Dank Depths 1. I think we're going to save this to try to teleport. How does it taste? Well, earthy, grassy, sour, bitter, you know. Is it semi-soft? Does it have a semi-charm kind of life? Baby? How do you come up with a name? Oh, this cheese is called, you know, Orange Thunder. I guess. They've really, the cheese organization, they've really done cheesemongers a great service. That's all I'm trying to say. By making them not think of names. It's always the hardest part. When I was in 6th grade, we had a French class, which is why my French accent is so, as you say, bien. And we had to come up with a restaurant and then a menu. So kind of a fun project for a, you know, a class that not everybody's super interested in. Our restaurant was called, I don't know what it was in French now, but I remember it was named the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Original content, please do not steal. And all of the dishes, you know, we're like, well, if the restaurant's named the Red Hot Chili Peppers after the band, all the dishes have to be, you know, spicy. But we didn't really, you know, I grew up in a small town in central Canada, so didn't really know what spicy food was like. Like, to me, spicy was like when you took the pepper shaker and shook it on your dish a little too much. You're like, ooh, that's hot. That's Paris Hilton adding too much black pepper to her boiled ham and cabbage dinner. So we came up with it, like the flagship item on our fake menu. Thankfully, this didn't get past the, you know, angel investment phase. Was just a pot of boiled chili peppers. You know, you would just boil, I guess, like a bunch of jalapenos and habaneros and, you know, this is before the Boot Jalokia, the Carolina Reaper, the Ghost Pepper, etc., had reached cultural ubiquity. So it's like, man, just, I don't know, toss some peppers in a dish and serve them. That's how they're served, right? If any restaurant on earth serves a pot of boiled chili peppers, first off, I have to try it because it sounds horrible, and the fact that your business apparently exists means that I must be wrong, and I'm willing to learn. Secondarily, why do you hate everything on earth? It just seems it's an affront. It's a culinary affront. You ever heard of quiche Lorraine? Why don't you just make some of that instead of making a weird boiled pot of chili peppers? I also had a business class in that 6th grade where, oh, we're out. We had someone come in and give us lessons on business. Then we did a little workshop. And I remember that the number one thing that she was talking about when she was talking about business was the invention of the assembly line by Henry Ford in like 1928. And I just like, I think every once in a while back to that class. And I go, man, I wonder what that lady's doing now. Maybe she's an extremely competent business person, and she just gave a lesson that was half history and half business to a bunch of 6th graders because, hey, you know, you just got to keep them interested, give them something to learn, you're good to go. But it really seemed like she was like, the assembly line is the most important thing in business. And I'm like, man, I wonder how she feels now. Maybe she works at a factory that makes pens, and she's the CEO. She's killing it. But, I mean, e-business must be cutting into her profits a little bit here. I'm not saying the assembly line's not valuable. I'm just saying, like, you know, if she really wanted to be forward-facing, it would have been amazing if she'd given us a lecture, you know, in the year 2000, or 1999, on the little website called Amazon.com. But I have to imagine that lesson would have been like, hey, you like buying books in person? Well, here's a little website that could change the way you buy books forever, and nothing else. Little did we know, dude. There was nothing I could do. So I think blue candles, like blue or red candles, like an ideal choice for us right now. PhD is fine. Never mind, it sucks. That's my bad. I will Joker immediately. This is too much. I tracked the shot the whole way, but I only realized it was gonna hit me about a millisecond before it got to my face. It's the exact same situation. I mean, we didn't know back then, man, what the internet was gonna turn out like. Oh, I wanted the hive mind. Trying to think of like websites used back in the day, you know? My memories of the internet between the year like 1995 and 2002 was basically like, hey, I found a cool mini golf game. It's called candystand.com. You have to go there and be advertised to for products you already love. It's great. Not only do you get to play mini golf, but you also get to see an advertisement for the candy known as Lifesavers. It's two things that, you know and love. A lot of the internet back then was willingly watching advertisements. Not even like necessarily good ones, but just being like, hey, check this out, Doritos.com. There's a little Doritos ad there. Little did we know that changed. That changed in a big way. I don't care about the money because it doesn't matter at this point. It's okay. We don't need the money, Lebowski. We might need the key. I'm feeling punchish, though. Punchy? Punchy's the word. For justifiable reasons. Credit card. Now we're talking. And explosivo as well. It was like that and going to sports websites where like one employed writer knew how to use the website making tool at all. I feel bad, okay? Because like print media was a thing for like hundreds of years. When was the printing press invented, you know? Newspapers have been around for at least 200 or 300 years. I have to imagine more, even in wide circulation. But, you know, it sucks if you're like a newspaper journalist. I'll level with you. You might be saying, it's not that bad. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to, like, I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm just saying, you know, you have the misfortune of basically being born in an era where the medium you work in is kind of dying. But I'm just gonna level with you. The main reason I will never pay for a newspaper subscription, it has nothing whatsoever to do with the quality of your writing or the fact that I can get news on the internet for free. Because I would love to tap into, like, you know, the local community and get news that way. It's that they never invented a better non-digital way of distributing news that doesn't get ink all over your fingers. And I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but for me personally, like whenever I use a newspaper, I just don't like touching it. I find it annoying, like it feels unpleasant to touch. The same way people, you know, I imagine when they say things like, oh, I don't like when you say the word moist. That's what my fingers feel when I feel the texture of a newspaper. So I'm sorry, it's not the news's fault. It's really the paper that's bugging me the most. And there are dozens of us out there. I promise you this. Why are our shots so strange? Is it 4? It must be 404. It's the only thing I can think of. It's a bit weird. To say the least. But we're looking good. We're gonna start building a bear workshop. Build a streak steak shop. That's what we're... Build a streak steak shop. The classical wordplay of Northernlion strikes again. YouTube's poet laureate. Stay away from me. No deal this floor, in all likelihood. That's okay. It's the box. I still want it. I still want it, dude. Okay, get rid of temperance. Roll with the credit card instead. We might get a deal with the devil instead of a deal with the angel. That's fine. We're probably going to fight Mega Satan anyway, and we'd be happy to do so. So world card immediately. Oh, I would have gone totally in the wrong way. I would have been unhappy and not known why. So there goes our deal with the devil chance, but I still think credit card was the right call. Like when I was a kid, and I still feel like this to this day, I won't buy magazines anymore. Because magazines, I really feel like they make no sense. There are probably hobbies you could have for which a magazine is okay. Like whenever I'm in the checkout line at the grocery store, obviously the gossip magazines are there. I guess if you don't care if you get the gossip that's completely fabricated immediately, and in a time, if you don't worry about getting your exploitative lies delivered to you in the most time-sensitive fashion, then that's fine. It just gives you something to read while you're sitting or doing nothing else, I guess. But I always see, like, you know, it'll be like Cooks Illustrated top 500 peach cobblers, and I'm like, you know what, that is time insensitive content. If you we're so lucky. I mean, the item is trash, but we're lucky nonetheless. If you're a fan of Cooks Illustrated, you don't need to have that delivered like when they wrote the list and push publish 2 seconds later. You can wait. That's something for people to read while they're in your vestibules. But like for a lot of hobbies, I don't get it. You know? Like I used to get gaming magazines all the time. I had a subscription to GamePro. I had a subscription to Official PlayStation Magazine. I had a subscription to there was a magazine called GMR. It's gamer. I don't know if it eventually turned into Game Informer, but it was sold at Electronics Boutique. But this was before Electronics Boutique and GameStop had merged, so it doesn't matter. And back in the day, that was fine. Because, you know, I feel like, I don't know if it's the same for, like, 10-year-olds now as it was for 10-year-olds back in the year 1998, 1999. But you didn't really care, like, when a game came out that much. It was more just like, this game looks cool, and if I buy it a year after it came out, or 3 years after it came out, that's okay. Like, very, very rarely, excuse me, my son, I'm in the middle of a bit. Oh, Roka. Oh, he got so spooked. I feel bad, but he's playing. Oh my lord. You know, very rarely did I make an effort to go out and like buy a game right as it came out. The first one I can remember doing it for is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, where I walked in like 2 days before it came out, and I was like, hey, you guys got that Star Wars game? And they were like, nah, it doesn't come out for 2 days. And I was like, all right. And they're like, you want to pre-order it? And I was like, should I? And they were shooting fish in a barrel. They were like, yeah, dude. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And you know what? That's why I still pre-order games to this day. Because I had a golden first experience with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, one of the best RPGs I've ever played. I don't pre-order games these days. I wait till reviews come out, and then I pre-purchase them after that so I can download them digitally in advance of their release. Hello, my son. Yes. Ruka. What is it? He's crazy. It's because there's paper on the ground because we received a large package today. Wink, wink. Little spewer. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay? Luck stats, nothing to write home about. Let's go tough it out against Mega Satan. I would love to win. If we lose, we lose, okay? It's a very low stakes situation. Like I said, I want to get this streak started on the right foot, and I want to get it started right away. But let's give the people a little penance for having made a mistake and led myself to oblivion by taking Tiny Planet. This is like a funeral right here. This is a funeral for Tiny Planet. We're celebrating by fighting one of the only good optional hard bosses in the game. No offense. Nobody loves this game more than me. And that's why I'm able to insult it and cut so deep. I don't like the way our static tiers, like... I think it's because of error, but I don't like the way our static tiers are, like, getting disjointed. We don't even have error anymore, so it's not that. Oh, that was real close. That was not. No, I walked into it. Okay, that's... You know what? See you later, Mega Satan. It's no longer a funeral. It's a celebration. Grab a drink, grab a glass, etc., etc. Daddy's back. We're gonna win this one. This is a great metaphor. We're coming back from the ashes. We're not letting zaniness force us to lose anymore. How Stella got her freaking groove back. Just a little nervous about the, you know, HP related situation involved here. But hey, you know, like, it's all good, baby. Not losing any sleep over this one. No siree. Oh, perfect maneuvering. I hate this cat. I swear to God, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna pet him at that perfect spot just behind his head so his eyes roll back. He falls asleep in my arms because he's my son. Nothing. Okay, here we go. I'd still think blue candle's worth trying. Also gives me a great opportunity to fill 8 seconds of dead air by doing an Elvis impression. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And you know what? Remember Brian McKnight. Start back at 1. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.